Well, good afternoon. So today what we're doing is we're looking at writing, how to write direct variation equations. We learned last week that that they look like this. Again, where b has to be 0, and that we're working with today linear things and how to recognize those. If you have that, you have a direct variation. Well, how do you write that? What they're going to do to you today is give you a phrase that says y varies directly as x. And so in saying that, that's your cue. That's your English that you need to be able to read in that direction to understand that you're dealing with a direct variation type of situation. And so when you read this, that y varies directly as x, that tells you that you're going to write this kind of equation. Y is equal to k times x. Now, b is 0, so we don't have to write anything there. All we have to do is find the k. Well, before this section, you knew this as the slope. We used a little different letter, m. So y equals some slope times the variable x, if it varies directly to that. Today, in this section, again, the phrase that they gave us for that particular slope or rate of change was the constant of variation. But anyway, that's what we're going to be finding. So we look for, as y is varying directly to x, we know we're going to write an equation that looks like this, but how do we know to find that slope? They may give you information like this. But that's a point that the line goes through. You know that b is 0, so it goes through that point. So that might be the information that they give you. If that's the case, we need to find the slope by determining the rise divided by the run. So since going through 0, 0, calculating the slope is finding the change of y and dividing that by the change of x because y's rise. And when we find that, we're going to find that all we need to do is take the y coordinate, whatever that might be, and then divide that by the x coordinate, and that tells us the equation. Or that tells us the slope. So here's the equation. This is what we're going to be writing. So now, since I know the slope, y, in this case, is going to equal -2 times x. Again, b is 0. That's all it is to it. That's how we write the equation for a direct variation linear function. So they may give it to you this way, where they give you a picture with a coordinate. Or maybe they will tell you, as another example, they may give you the information this way, but again, all you have to figure out is the rise divided by the run, the slope, the constant of variation. That's all you have to find. If they tell you that y varies directly as x and y is some number and x is some number, they may tell you that. They want you to write the equation. Well, again, y's rise, x's run, and so the equation is going to equal y is equal to that slope, that constant of variation, that rate of change, times x. Write the equation down, go to the next problem. If they happen to give you information that would simplify, don't look like a hillbilly, know that 2 divided by 6 will reduce to 1/3. Reduce fractions and do those things when you get it. That's it. How do you write equations of direct variation relationships? You've just seen it. We are the Ask Academy.